2021 be adopted. That's moved by Randy and second by Linda. All in favor? And be it resolved that the minutes from the special council meeting held on June 30th, 2021 be adopted. That's moved by Randy and second by Linda. All in favor? And be resolved that the minutes from the special council meeting held on July 12th, 2021 be adopted. That's moved by Randy and seconded by Linda Stokes. All in favor? I just want to remind everybody of the declaration of pecuniary interest and general nature thereof. We have no delegations tonight, and we have business arriving from previous minutes. So Jordan, letters for action number 4.
There is all the response to be sent to the email from George Bilodeau, chairperson, H&M Coffee, thanking him for project update 6, and advising that further consideration will be given to this request once a response to the letter dated December 22nd, 2020, requesting additional information regarding this project has been received.
So you received nothing from all the questions you gave?
Yeah, so we put a list of questions right there. Everybody's seen the amounts that they're looking for, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they'll come back with a financial report for Jordan. So that's moved by Jordan, second by Randy. All in favor? And Lindsay, number 5.
Be resolved that the week from September 20th to 26th, 2021 to be proclaimed bullying elimination week.
That's moved by Lindsay, second by Marcel. All in favor? Having the special council meetings, we've got a pretty short docket tonight. And Tracy, number 6.
Be resolved that the Human Resources Committee be given the authority to review and approve future work plans for the 2021 Stewardship Youth Ranger Program, with the approved work plan to be provided to council immediately following approval by the Human Resources Committee.
You want to say anything on this? We just kind of wanted to make sure that our lead was doing stuff that's going to be safe in this program. So,
Yeah, I don't think she really understood the intent of the program. So we kind of let her roll along there for a week or so, then we had to intercede and straighten out what our expectations are of how the program's been run in the past and what we're expecting. So I think kind of got her between the lines here now. Some of the projects she had already identified will have to be reviewed, and a decision made by council as to whether we allow them based on
safety of the kids.
Concerns for the kids. So.
But this would be a way to keep everything on track. That's moved by Tracy, second by Lindsay. All in favor? And we move right into Mr. Seaberg's report.
Lakeside Park Wi-Fi repair. Wi-Fi system at Lakeside Park has not been operating as it should this season. We've had the original contractor installed the booster system to troubleshoot the system, was in couple times, had a look at the system. He determined there's some components that failed over time, which makes sense. The equipment doesn't belong to the internet provider, being I think it's Eastlink there. These are components that we town bought through a service provider to make it more accessible. So we requested quotes to replace this equipment. The original supplier was the ABC Computers, provided a quote of $2432.89. The other quote received was from Microwave at a value of $2,022.70. The original contractor did not charge the town for the 2 visits he made town to troubleshoot the system, although we didn't bring that up. Second supplier did not attend the park to look at the system in place, so there could be additional charges since he does not know what the system currently looks like. So to go in with the procurement policy, we leave it up to you folks to decide which quote we would accept.
What actual equipment screwed up?
There's two of these boosters or whatever. I can't remember what he called them, but the quote from second service provider was only for one booster. And if there ends up being two, there's going to be additional costs. The guy didn't come down to look at the system, so he doesn't really know what we have in place. How, I'm assuming he knows how it works, but the original, the high bidder has family in the park, so he's there all the time. So we've been kind of getting freebies out of him because of that, because his family's there and they use the internet, right? So anyway, we have a.
And he's gonna put two in again?
Pardon me?
The one that originally done it, he's gonna put two back
He
in?
identified that it needs two.
Okay. It sounds like the way to go then.
I just wish the other guy would have come down and looked at the system and it would have been comparing apples to apples that way, right? So,
But they're not going to try one first to start with?
I don't know if that was the plan. No, I don't know how one would work when we've got two there now. Probably use three.
The other way.
I know we've been getting a lot of complaints. People are of the opinion it's part of their lot fees that they're paying for this internet, which is not true. We've been telling them it's a free service that the town provides. Geese, we've had several complaints brought forward last week regarding the number of geese that are residing in town. I responded to each of these complaints. Currently, there are no systems in place to discourage the birds from migrating here each year and multiplying. A few years back, the town had an oiling program in place where each spring staff would attend the regular nesting of geese and seagulls and apply oil to the unhatched eggs. I'm not sure the success rate was when I first came on here, I guess. But I expect this probably was an effective method of controlling the population. I looked into numerous types of devices that could be used to scare the geese so it's not frequent the same areas. But other than flashbang guns, there really isn't anything that's effective. Talking with some of the suppliers who've already supplied some of these things to town, like the reflective tapes, the sprays, all those types of things. The town has already tried those in the past, apparently, and really didn't have a good result from them. So, and the flashbang gun really didn't work either. All it did was scare the geese from one side of the river to the other side. We went to the other side of the river and scared them, and then went back to the other side. So, it is possible to apply for a permit to start the oiling program again, so we could be ready for next spring's hatch. There's equipment issue there. Town had bought the crew a boat motor and trailer for this particular work, and the motor had been stolen back in some time ago. And so they applied to get a new motor, and I guess it was turned down by council back in the day. They said they would try and find a good used one, which never happened. And then the guys were bringing their own motors, using them to do the work. And the other part of this is it's kind of dangerous because they get dive bombed by seagulls, get chased by geese. And so they had a bit of a squawk about that. They weren't very happy having to do that kind of thing. But we'll just have to get more safety apparel, I guess.
Like other municipalities have this problem that maybe have some solutions or?
On the town of Blind River, apparently they can get a permit to, they have a guy who actually shoots them. He's only allowed, I didn't call him today, but he's only allowed to shoot a couple of them. Apparently, and that, I guess that scares the rest of them away, I don't know, but it's a matter of changing the bylaws so you can discharge a firearm in town as well as killing the geese in town. I don't know how, you know, there's many people in town that actually look forward to seeing the geese as there is that don't like them.
And they don't live on Water Street.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know the guy today, they're allowed to shoot like two. Jeff Mitchell's the guy that does it.
Yeah, I've got his contact.
so like, do they shoot them and just leave it there so the other ones
They're gonna take
see
one
it,
away.
or, eh?
They're gonna take one away.
But they realize
They go at 5 o'clock in the morning, I think, or 5:30. And shoot, too, they gotta notify all the neighbors around that they're doing it.
We got that permit out.
Yeah.
You get rid of 2 geese.
Yeah.
That's it, you don't get rid of anymore. You get rid of 2.
Yeah.
So,
Even the oiling program, when I first came here, was here for the 1 year, and we got complaints from people that didn't like us doing that, right? We're killing animals here, so.
No way to catch them and take them somewhere?
Well, there's people that feed them on Water Street too. I've seen them do it, which doesn't help.
yeah, if you read up on it, the only time they say you can trap them is when they're molting. And it's kind of, you gotta get a permit to try and do that too, right?
So is that a string or is that?
There's a juice, I mean, there's a juice, what was that grape
Yeah, there's a
extract?
spray, you can treat the ground. It's a great smelling substance, I guess, but only but as soon as it rains, it's gone. So spray the whole riverbank with it would be pretty expensive, I would expect. And labor intensive. There was a suggestion putting a fence along the riverbank, but the only thing about that is once the geese get on the other side of the fence, they can't get into the river, I guess is the.
It also is detrimental to other wildlife, so I wouldn't
Right.
support like that. And not gonna be cheap,
No, one that makes it possible for mowing and looking after the riverbank.
or accessing the river.
Yeah.
I guess you don't want to suggest.
I think we've tried in the past, we had the reflective tape, I guess it flickers, wherever the colors discourage the geese, but I think that application be more for people to have in their front yards rather than try to do the whole riverbank with that stuff. The more things we put on the riverbank, the harder it is for the guys to cut the grass when
Yeah.
pull that all, put it all back
Be a
in.
bunch of labradoodles, because
Yeah,
the dog takes care of the
No, they
geese.
said that was the best way is dog.
The dog, yeah.
There was, I read someplace, I think it was London, that they have their parks. They allow them to be dog parks for an hour in the morning and an hour at supper time. And the dogs chase the crap out of the geese.
I know John Smith, my neighbor across the river, he's got the orange flowers I got planted in my front yard, and geese will not go around through them. They'll go all the way around them, but they won't go through those flowers. He's got maybe one this thick, all the way down the side of his yard, and they will not go through them. They'll go all the way around and go into his yard, but they won't go through. He's screaming across the river at me, plant them on the riverbank, plant them on the riverbank. And I'm like, sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, but every solution has a whole bunch more problems.
Well,
You see a couple of people in town about those dogs.
Those coyotes.
There's like they're,
Coyotes there,
like a coyote or something that's taken
yeah.
and it gets me every time I drive by that one down by the Water Street there.
Yeah.
Oh, just run loose. What's that thing? But, so I don't know if
there's another one.
they
too.
do suggest buying something like that on the
All
site.
4 legs are going.
Getting good geese, there's that kind of thing, but they're like $78 a piece. So.
What do you do?
Well, they did, they said hawks or something too, but yeah.
I got a peregrine falcon and the owls at camp this spring, and they just walk right by them.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then I ran cable across the beach with that shot that Perry got, the shiny stuff, and they never came back again. We got lucky there, but then they also went down to my uncle's place and walked right down the road.
Yeah.
They can't, well, that's so smart there, because they live there, they walk down one camp down, it's like 400 yards, and they walk in this yard and walk down the road to get on the. So they bypass the line there, and then they walk up the road.
They seem to have a pattern to them, because in the morning when I go down Lighthouse Point Way there, they are down that piece of park. It seems like they're all there. And then by the afternoon or in the early evening, they're up my way. So they just seem to work their way up the Weir River. I don't know, something different they like to eat or what.
And they figured out our house, come to our house after 9, we're all upstairs, so they're in their yard.
I think we'll
So I guess we'll just have to figure a way out.
Got guys over the winter, how we're attack it, right?
Are you
Yeah,
gonna harass me?
I'll try and move them in the spring.
I haven't seen them on the beach though, which is a good thing.
I think it's busy
Inside.
enough.
Busy enough now,
Yeah, it is super busy, that beach this year, which is great. So.
I don't mind coming in my backyard.
Yeah.
We had one on the beach.
We didn't get lucky with those lights.
And Bunchy.
But during the day, we had enough traffic. I don't think we did. At night, those lights.
We did have a lot of those things.
Yeah,
They were like $400 a piece.
Yeah.
And we had them on the beach here when I first came here, and they stopped working. You can get parts fixed, and we had to buy new, obviously, right, and that's what, so it was about $400. Yeah. Yeah, maybe put them in the hotspots in the riverbank or something. Somebody didn't steal them was the other thing.
Yeah.
Things are nice around here.
Because we have the ones, there's like floating ones, and then there's ones you drive into the ground.
It's fine.
Well, I mean, so parks are the major problem, right? I mean, you want to have, keep your parks nice.
Well, Peace Park, because we put all that grass seed down there too. Was a-
Yeah.
I remember, right?
I don't know, I'm gonna rename Water Street pretty soon.
We'll have to
Oh, shit, street.
definitely take a look and see if we can control them somewhat in the spring.
That's the best and only time to get a hold of them before they start laying their eggs.
How long does it take to get a permit?
I don't, I've never applied. I'm joking, we've got an expert.
And we, I think we operated without it for a while, yeah, I think it was last one.
And that's what happened, we got caught. We had a permit, but it was, no, it was screwed up somehow.
Yeah.
I'm sure, I thought,
Sure.
we thought we had it,
That was
we sent it in, but they didn't have it or something.
Right, yeah, that was the last term.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause they were threatened to
Oh, that
fine
was-
us with it.
Yeah,
Yeah, those guys.
but I don't think we've done anything wrong with them.
We'll get an expert with this, who can use a hand to do this permit now, so.
Yeah.
That's what you guys decide to do. Well, I'm not sure what timelines are to get on, something like that, to imagine it's now.
I would do it now, because it says right on the website, they're delayed,
Yeah.
because of COVID, right?
Yeah, just probably handle it, you gotta be careful,
Why don't
because there is
You
people.
work through, you might be better off to work through a consultant like this Jeff guy, or somebody who controls problem geese for a living.
Mhm.
Yeah, he probably knows all the different avenues.
And what works and what doesn't, instead of trying to troubleshoot ourselves.
Well,
right?
maybe that, yeah, maybe that's what happened, what we had happened last time too, I guess. Anyway. Get a sharp immune system.
It's just gonna get increasing bigger,
Well,
and
sharp
more and more and more.
Yeah.
After year.
Okay,
Somebody that snapped
Dennis will
something.
be there, so the guy was supposed to come last Friday and put this thing in, and Parks didn't show up for it. And so he's gonna come this Friday, and hopefully Parks are coming. The good part of it is the dentist office is closed for 3 weeks for vacation, so.
Oh.
We've been lucky that way, I guess, because he can't be in there when they're putting this thing in. Porta potties have been installed at both Peace Park and Lakeside Park. Or Lakeside Beach, sorry, looks like they're fairly busy. Probably should check them, see when they can be done. They're on call, those things, so. Student Youth Ranger Program, we've hired a coordinator and 4 students for the program. They have a limited list of projects to start, but the team coordinator is actively seeking additional projects and learning opportunities for the team. Arena grant application, I've had a structural engineer inspect the truss system in the arena to determine suitability for the new ice making system. I also had the opportunity to observe the same type of unit that's installed in the Echo Bay Sports Complex, and I'm confident the system will work in our arena. It will provide a significant cost savings immediately and eliminate the current ammonia-based system. So we're still working on that, still waiting for some input from the guy that maintains our arena down here. He's got a good handle on that because he looks after Echo Bays as well, so he's going to give us some pros and cons, mostly pros. I'm trying to get this new system so that we can put it in our grant to make it
Efficient.
attractive. And we still need the consultant come back down again and give us an actual reading for those trusses, but they don't seem to think there's gonna be a problem. I don't think anybody's ever seen these things. You've probably seen them.
Chillers.
It's pretty neat, actually. You couldn't put it in a arena where you had professional hockey or semi-pro hockey or anything like that, but it'd be fine for us. That's some riverbank stabilization work was completed using rock stockpile from Lakeside Drive project. The work went very well and looks good. The work was completed and came in about $5,000 under budget. Lakeside Drive project update. Project's moving along well, only never know right now. The subcontractor has completed all the work that he is going to do. at this point. So Pioneer, they'll be in after long weekend in August. The rock work is complete. Some of the widening for Dawson Street is almost complete. Pioneer will be doing that. The bases are in place for the picnic table areas and benches on the beach. We get a lot of questions about those people. Put them bad, concrete pads are sticking up in the air, but the new grade of the road will tie in nicely with those pads, so it'll be a smooth transition there. The walking trail has been roughed in and still needs to be paved. Site for the new Welcome 2000 sign has been prepped, and their signs will be installing the sign once it's completed. I don't know if everybody's had a chance to look at where it's going there. We had to change the locations based on the soil. It was on the right hand, going to initially be on the right hand side, but it's going to look really sharp up there, I think, where it's urban landscape. I've had 3 new speed warning radar signs put up. One on Lakeside Drive, there's 2 on Dawson. We've asked at the progress meeting last week to take the one that's on Dawson Street, closest to the hospital, and move it down near the bottom of Dawson Street near Government Road, near the intersection of Government Road. That's where that enhanced safety zone starts down there. So I think it makes more sense to have it down there. All the summer students are now working at various locations. The Marina students have received their Power Squad radio training. None of them were successful in the exam portion of it, so the guy has to come down again and redo their testing. That's something we need to look for going forward, as this thing is way too complicated for what these kids do, but apparently that's the only training available, or certification that's available for them. So
I think there was only 2 of them passed between St. Joe Island and Devon and here.
yeah. And maybe it's not so much the course, the instructors are not very good at it, and plus it was done through Zoom, which they weren't very, it was bad last year. You think they would have had a techie or somebody come in this year that knew how to run the system, and they didn't. It was terrible. Anyway. Yes, that's all I have.
Anybody got any questions for Ken?
Is there anybody at the marina on the weekend? No. Doesn't seem like around there on Sunday, I didn't know.
Should be 2 of them there. One in the morning, 1 in the afternoon.
Are they selling some fuel at all?
Yeah, it's on a little bit of gas. Probably more than we sold last year. So.
The one set of docks, the floating ones over, non-powered and everything, like closer to Tyler Fullerton's place.
Yeah.
The ramp, like, you gotta jump down or walk through, what's going on
We
there?
got that closed off. Don't want people going out there. And,
Oh.
yeah.
Because there's a boat out there, parked there.
How's he getting out there? Unless we got a sign there, like do not enter or whatever, stay off of there.
Yeah, because I come in on Sunday and boat launch was full, so I had to wait. So I ended up, I just parked over there. And then, so I had to walk off and see I didn't realize, because I always just go to the boat launch. I'd never been over there, didn't realize that it wasn't supposed to be used.
The ramp was all got damaged and stuff over the winter there.
Oh.
Total, so
Oh,
I
okay.
just kind of closed that section of dock off, and we've been taking pieces off that dock and utilizing them elsewhere in the marina because all the other docks are in such bad shape that
Right.
we're just trying to piecemeal everything together until we get a ton of money to fix that place up. But
Mhm.
We're still waiting on the grant. We haven't got any answers back on the grant.
no, I'm surprised at that we would have heard about that grant for the marina by now for that building to be changed over there. But
Thanks, Tim, for the report. Letters and communications, everybody's had a chance to look. If they have any questions about the letters. We did not qualify for the solar panel grant that we applied for. Everybody understands the planning committee's limits. We'll add Jordan, number 7.
Be resolved that the accounts payable to July 19th, 2021 in a total amount of $409,477.89 be approved for payment, noting that for any member of council who has declared a pecuniary interest with regard to any account, their approval is based on this account being excluded from the total accounts payable.
That's moved by Jordan, second by Randy, all in favor? And Jordan, number 8.
Be resolved that as a result of the reduced baseball season due to COVID-19 restrictions, a reduction in the baseball user fees from $225 to $150 per team for the 2021 year is hereby approved, with the user fees and charges bylaw to be adjusted accordingly to reflect this reduction.
That's moved by Jordan, second by Randy, all in favor? And Lindsay, number 9.
Be resolved that council approve the quotation from blank in the amount of blank for Wi-Fi at Lakeside Park with the monies to come from the Recreation Plus Park Reserve.
You heard Kenny's report,
Yeah,
so
just, I'm sorry, a little further that I should have mentioned a few, I guess, Barry Kay had sent a poll out to the map committee and most of the results, all the results ended up, we did came back, we're in favor of hiring the higher price.
Yeah, if the other guy never even come and looked at it. Really,
so we approved the quotation from ABC.
2,432.89.
That was for the 2, right?
And you said he's there more often too, so.
2,000.
2,432.89.
Because he was gonna try one unit, right, but that one will be, that one is for full, just to get that in there, right?
So, be resolved, council approved the quotation from ABC in the amount of $2,432.89 for the Wi-Fi at Lakeside Park with the monies to come from the Recreation Plus Park Reserve. That would be moved by Lindsay and seconded by yourself. All in favor? And Linda, number 10.
Be it resolved that council approve the river poker run to be held on August 11th, 2021, starting at 6 p.m.
So it's going to, from the mouth up to the highway bridge and back.
That's moved by Linda, second by Randy. All in favor? I'm sure everybody's heard today that August 9th is supposed to be double vaccinated Americans coming across.
But can we go over?
No.
No, that's what, yeah, that's what I thought I heard on the news tonight.
So I don't know. You still have to have, you won't have to quarantine, but you have to have a plan still.
Yeah.
So I think things will start to open up a little bit more. Randy, number 11.
Be resolved that council acknowledge receipt of the committee and staff reports.
It's moved by Randy, second by Linda, all in favor? Yeah, we're doing really good. We had 0 for 3 weeks, now we've had 3 in the last 3 days, so. And under general business, Jordan.
Be resolved that bylaw number 2437, being a bylaw to amend the user fees and services charges of Schedule E of bylaw number 1800, be passed in open council this 19th day of July 2021.
That's moved by George, second by Randy, all in favor? And Randy, number 13.
Be resolved that bylaw number 2438, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the meeting of council held on July 19th, 2021, be passed in open council this 19th day of July, 2021.
That's moved by Randy, second by Linda, all in favor? Anybody have anything before we adjourn?
Was there any discussion of kids baseball?
Kristen had just mentioned some trying to put together like a pickup ball, but other than that,
Kristen and her student are organizing something
yeah,
for the day.
the daytime.
For pickup balls.
Yeah, different age groups. We approved that at the last meeting anyway.
Mhm,
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
I don't see anything else.
No, check it on that. Lindsay, we check on that tomorrow for Meyer baseball.
Okay.
What's going on? And Randy, number 14.
This meeting be adjourned at 7:03 PM.
We'll save it up for next month. Moved by Randy, second by Linda, all in favor?